What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course for another Formwork Friday. We're walking past our normal starting hole, but there's some people out fishing, so we're not going to use that one today. We're going to walk out here and throw the street hole first. But today, because last week we were focusing on the leg portion of the forehand brace, this week we're going to be focusing on the legs again, but this time it's going to be a little bit more backhand geared. We're going to be seeing what I can do when I just let my arm do what my arm is going to do, but I'm focusing on the correct power transfer. So we're going to be focusing on that power transfer. So instead of focusing on, all right, I want to hit this exact line, I'm just going to step up and grip it and rip it. And basically just let my arm kind of work, because my arm's going to work, and see if I can get everything else to stay rigid through the throwing motion, or stay a little bit more firm and compact. So first throw, we're gonna do this. I have Eagle L's today. I have 2 of them. We're gonna throw one where I'm focusing on the throw, one where I'm focusing on the legs. All right, that way we'll have what my throw would normally feel or look like versus what we're trying to accomplish. And yeah, we'll see if that works. So we're gonna go my normal throw first. Let's just see how I'm feeling right now. Okay, it's still pretty new. It's still brand new, so not exactly the most flip. Now what happens if we try to actually focus on just the power transfer and let the legs work, or let the arm work? Well, a little bit of a grip lock, but a really, really, really good shot. Since we're focusing so much more on the legs, I'm going to tilt you guys further down more than normal. So you may not be able to see the full shot, you may not be able to see my full face, but you should be able to see my run up, which is kind of what we're working on. So we're going to go, again, we're going to go my normal style shot first. And here, this tee pad is very interesting, because you kind of have to run up at an angle to have a good plant right here. If you run up too straight, you're pushing off of sand and mud, especially when it rains. So you really, really do have to kind of run up along this upper raised portion, but then it kind of puts your aim a little bit off. So the arm motion throw is going to be a little bit potentially more accurate again here, because the other throw, the leg focus throw, is going to, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to try to get the proper weight transfer in the proper line when you're running up at an angle. I mean, it's just a really, really good shot. It's just not, it lacks a little bit of pop, a little bit of power, a little bit of push that, you know, the 11-hour shift this morning probably didn't help, but it is lacking a little bit if I'm just focusing on the wrist and the hand. So let's focus on the legs, and let's try to get that weight transfer even with the awkward run up. So I hit my chest on the way across and it made it kick way up in the air. But did you hear that snap, that pop? It wasn't a crisp like that. It was a little bit more of a deep, which means that I wasn't really gripping onto the disc too hard. I wasn't really trying to place it on the placement. I was just holding on to it the way I would hold on to a disc. And then it came out of my hand when my arm got to the place where it was supposed to come out of its hand at. And so if you can focus on that run up, if you can focus on making sure that your legs are staying in the proper orientation, if you can focus on making sure that you're really transferring the weight properly, you don't have to focus on the arm and you'll still get a very powerful shot. On the next hole, let's focus on both at the same time. We're gonna stop here for just a second because the sun is out for the first time in like 3 days and it is very hot and very, very, very humid. So I'm gonna wait to go up in the sun until we actually have to throw. What I wanted to talk about here was in the run-up portion or in the follow-through portion, I have a tell that tells me whether or not I got all the way into it. And that tell is my toe, my left toe. I'm pushing off with my left toe, right? If my left toe comes off the ground and then taps back down before I finish the follow through, I didn't have the best weight transfer. I didn't have perfect weight transfer. And that's about 50% for me. So I need to be much better at getting all the way through that shot to make sure that it's working. And I'll show you, because I mostly play in chacos, especially in the summer, and this is the left chaco. It still has some pretty good traction most of the places, maybe a little worn off right here just from starting to plant there from a forehand, but this is my backhand push-off toe right there. You can see how worn off and smooth that is. It's faded up this way, and then right here, it's worn off flat for me dragging my toe or tapping my toe. So if you see me throw a shot and you see me tap my toe, and a lot of times, most of the time, I don't notice until I'm editing the video later. So I'll notice, I'm like, I left some out there. I didn't fully get a hold of that shot. So if you see me throw a backhand and you see my toe tap, know that that was mostly arm and there wasn't a whole lot of weight transfer there, or there wasn't a perfect amount of weight transfer. But if you see a very, very clean, I throw it, that left foot comes up and I fully pivot with the left foot still in the air, I had a very clean, very exact and very precise weight transfer, and I hit the shot good. So there's my tell. Now you know. So if you're watching any of my videos, any previous videos, any videos currently or any after this, look for that tell, because as I'm editing, that's how I know. So we'll go up and throw these shots. We're gonna go power, backhand, hyzer, and try to hit them hard enough to get them to flex. And it's going to need power from the arm and from the legs. So, power backhand time. Oh, and to make matters worse, it's now a tailwind. So I'm going to need to hit these very, very firm if I want them to drift at all. Because these are, while the Eagle L is the more understable version of the Eagle, these are still, this is the first time I've thrown them. They're brand new. Just a hyzer flip, apparently. That's so stable. These feel more stable than the first one I had. Oh, I turned that. Oh boy. That might be hard to find. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy content like this. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you guys found this helpful, again, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all of that down below. Please make sure to subscribe. It helps you guys out with these subscriber-only giveaways. And if you want to be automatically entered into monthly giveaways, check out the memberships as well. Until next time, see you out on the course.